Good evening, everyone, and welcome down here to West Beach for round 12 of the CMAX Premier League softball tonight. It is Walkerville versus Glenelg that we'll have on the screens in front of you, playing here on wonderful Ghana land. My name is Peter Williams, and I'm here with our Stars Championship coach and men's assistant coach for this year, Bill Benedictson. Bill, welcome along.
Hey, thanks, Pete. Good to be here.
An exciting game tonight. Two teams that have premiership potential in them. Playing in the finals, premiership potential in them. Of course, Walkerville, they're trying to keep themselves in the game. Glenelg, they're trying to make sure they can consolidate that finishing spot.
Yes, Glenelg's really come on pretty well this year and got out to a good start, bumped themselves up the ladder, and then had a great game last Saturday, to keep them in contention in third place.
So we saw these two teams have had two games against each other already this season. In round 3, Glenelg ran out winners 3-1. Their only other encounter was in round 1 when they had a 1-all draw. So the two teams on those two games are not far apart. Glenelg, though, as you said, had that good win last Saturday, coming from behind 4-3 over Port Adelaide with Courtney Shepherd hitting a big bomb out to the outfield, bringing home Yo Grauer across the plate to win. Walkerville, it's their first game back for 2024. They've obviously had that nice little break, running in a couple of, a state player out there at third base and a junior state player up at first. So some experience for them in the off-season, or in the break, but their first game back this year.
Yes, Walkerville's had their struggles. They've had good pitching, and they just seem to not quite have it consolidated, I guess. Maybe the break's done them some good. They come back and they put it together. You know, on paper, they should be winning games, more games than they have. So maybe the second half will do them.
And as we see with Walkerville, they're key players here. Obviously, you've got Chelsea Martinez in the middle, Sophie Roberts over at third. You've got Hayley Mayer out at centre field. They've been very, very strong all year. You then throw into the mix the experience of Sophie King. So she's going to be throwing over into the shortstop position. Obviously, Chelsea Robertson not here tonight, so she'll be taking on that role. That's plenty of experience for Walkerville.
Yes, absolutely. Sophie, very good second base, and has played shortstop. You're right, Chelsea Robinson not there, and they had Haley Bonathan here for a while and played some games at the tail end of before the Christmas break. But she's obviously gone back to university, I believe, in the U.S.
That's right. And on the Glenelg side tonight, obviously we see Jade Peterson playing her 100th game as a Glenelg Rebel. So big moment for her. No Yo Grauer tonight, but Jade Peterson and Yo have been a formidable pairing in that middle for Glenelg so far. Courtney Shepherd, who had that good hit the other night, she's having a good season. She'll run off the momentum from the weekend. And then you look to Sasha Penglaze out in the outfield at right field. She's had a cracker of a year with the bat and has done some damage to teams when not expected. Sydney Horton, obviously, she's been a very handy utility for them this year. She brings a lot of depth and a lot of knowledge of the game.
Yeah, Glenelg's been the team that every game I've seen, they always seem to battle back. They never stop. They never stop hitting, and they can always put bat on ball, and proved it on Saturday when they were trailing, and three hits out of 4 batters, I think, and they walked it off.
And of course, the other game tonight out on the back diamond, we see West Torrens taking on Port Adelaide. West Torrens, obviously, for their push home, still trying to make that run in and trying to get the as high as they can on the ladder. Port Adelaide, coming off the win on the weekend, will be looking to bounce back.
I'm not sure which one to call out there. That's going to be a good matchup. I'm going to lean West Torrens on that one, but you can't count Port Adelaide out. They're their second spot. They're fighting hard, and they might want to get that game back that they lost on Saturday.
And of course, this wonderful production that we bring you tonight, brought to you by Spacequake Sports. They've had a very good connection with our sport here in this state for a number of years now, and we seem to be just getting stronger and stronger. And I know it's a very good production that's well liked, not only across this state, but across the country and internationally as well. We also bring these games thanks to CMAX. Of course, if you want to help advance tomorrow's healthcare and get paid for your time, log into cmax.com.au. No games this weekend, 48 teams competing for the junior and state champs, so that'll be a very, very busy weekend starting tomorrow night, running through Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you are going to be coming down and getting around, or you haven't got anything to do on the weekend, you're not playing and you want to help out as a volunteer, there are still some spots available. So get in touch with our office or through Anthony Weatherstone, James Harris, myself. Let us know that you can help, and we will absolutely find you some work. What's your prediction here, Bill?
Well, I'm going to have to call Glenelg on this one. I think they're hitting the ball so good at the moment that they're going to put runs on the board. Obviously, it's up to Martinez to try and prove me wrong there and shut them down. But as we're about to get going here, just after 8 o'clock, and just before we have Jim Cochran stepping in, We've got Chelsea Martinez pitching to Brooke Bethune. First base, we got Georgia Mason. Second base, Steph Gall. Third base, Sophie Roberts. Sophie King at shortstop. And left field to right field, Kelly Bested, Haley Mayer, and Aaron Stone. Martinez gets ahead, first pitch for a strike.
And obviously our umpires running around, Dave Porovnik plate, Nikki Wong up at first, and Damien McCauley out at third.
Up a bit there, 1-1 count. Gemma Cochran, a good hitter. Been batting leadoff most of the year, I believe.
Yeah, she's been up there. She's been well and truly a confident, well, a person who's very confident in the box.
Change up.
What we know about Glenelg is they will come home hard in every game. They play the games out, which is a very good thing, that they don't let down at any stage, and they will come home hard, as we've seen in a few games. So they'll be looking to get a good start here, though.
Just outside to go 2-2 there. Martinez pitching wisely, working the ball up, down, in and out. Changing speeds a bit. Nothing tougher for a batter, good changes of speed. Hit. And not too sure if she leaned into that one.
Yeah, it's almost like it was the hands on the handle at the time that the ball's hit it. He's called dead ball.
He's called dead. Hasn't awarded first base just yet. And I'm going to say...
replay here. If you see that, just she comes in, she takes a swing, locks her hands in, and just is like the bottom hand. The bottom hand or the forearm of the right. Yeah, just there, just below the wrist. So not the hand on the bat.
Yeah, and just looking at if we had the center field, is she going to have first base?
I think he's giving her first base. The on-deck batter's standing over there ready, so she's going to get up on a hit by pitch.
Okay. It was an interesting one because her body position as she was swinging and then stopping was leaning in quite a way. Well, hit batsman to start the inning off for Glenelg. Brings up Georgia Bevan, center fielder. And ball one. Very still night tonight, slightly overcast. The wind's kind of died down. It is blowing from the southwest a bit, but it's quite calm. Showing bunt and takes ball.
Yeah, it's conditions tonight where, apart from the mugginess out there and the fairly dense, heavy air, which will no doubt not help the ball flying too well, but the dense, heavy air has just made it really a bit humid. Be a little bit uncomfortable for the players. A little bit of breeze would be nice. Showing bunt again, low. Of course, it's not often we ask for a bit of breeze at West Beach, because usually it's either gale force or like this.
You said it's made it uncomfortable for the players, but it's made it very comfortable for the spectators, which is a rarity down here on a Wednesday night. Everybody's in shorts, myself and you included. And jackets brought just in case from prior experience, but I don't think we'll need them. Called strike there, 3-0, now 3-1. Yeah, for those that will be travelling from country areas that might be listening in for the state champs this weekend, yeah, we did have that obviously hot weather in the last 24 or 48 hours. It was quite nasty, quite uncomfortable, but it's cool change. A bit of rain came overnight to cool things off. So bunt again, and ball four. Gets away from her, and now they've got 2 on with none out, and that brings up Sydney Horton. A good start for Glenelg, 2 on, none out, bringing into, as I said, the Sydney Horton, Sasha Penglaze, Courtney Shepherd have all been hitting the ball really well. So if they can move these runners around and get some runs on the board early, maybe they don't have to come from behind this time. I imagine Martinez probably hasn't pitched much in the break. She wasn't involved in any of the state teams, so she may be a little rusty. And foul that first bunt off. 1 strike. Yeah, that's right. Jade Peterson's going to come out and pitch for Glenelg, and absolutely no doubt with her pitching through the opens, she's going to be ready to go. She'll just turn up and do her thing. But yeah, you're right. The time off, they didn't have the game on Saturday. It's the first game back for them. They might have that little bit of a blowout early on. Change up, hit hard to Roberts. Steps on third and gets the first out. Fielder's choice from Sydney Horton.
Yeah, she got better on ball on trying to advance those runners. Unfortunately, hit it in front of the runner, which meant that it was always going to be difficult for her to get over to third. And well played by the experienced Sophie Roberts to make sure she got the lead runner out.
Yeah, playing in that far, I mean, she did the right thing just to get that sure out. No double play to have there. It's a nice play. So 1 out. That brings up Sasha Penglaze. Sasha Penglaze is always good with the bat. And again, I should wait till after she hits before I say that because I wouldn't want to jinx her. But good batter to have up in the situation. 1 out. Still runners on first and second. Martinez a little high. First pitch.
Now, Bill, I'm going to have to step aside and leave you on your own for a sec. We've got some issues here where the lights are not turning on for diamond 1 and 2. So I'm getting some instructions from the boss, James Harris, as to how to fix this. So
no worries.
I'm not an electrician, but we'll find out. If you hear a bang, it'll be me.
As the second pitch just misses outside. Well, that leaves me just to talk with myself and all of you out there. We'll try and paint a good picture. Talk amongst myself, yes. 2-0 the Penglaze. And Martinez again just missing a bit high there. So again into a bit of a jam. 0-3-0. 1 out though this time. And Sasha looking to move these runners over. Change up right down the middle. Strike 1. Well, she must feel comfortable with the changeup. Throwing that 3-0, looking for her best pitch to get it in there. 3-1 now. And low and inside, and she's walked the bases loaded now. Bringing up Courtney Shepard, the hero from Saturday. Yes, even though it's slightly overcast, there's enough light that it doesn't feel like we quite need the lights yet, but they should be coming on soon, and hopefully Pete's on top of that. We don't want to have to delay any action. Shepard, the catcher, takes the first pitch for a strike. Good strategy. Got the pitcher struggling out there a bit. You want to see a pitch and not go swinging right away. Infield is in, looking to play at the plate. And that one's fouled off the fence down the third base side. So bases loaded situation. Quickly though in 2. Martinez finding her form. Any ball on the ground, runners will be going. Ball hit to the right side, and that's in there for a single. Scores 1 and scores 2, standing up on the 2 RBI single by Courtney Shepard. Well, a good piece of hitting here. Just got the bat on it. Didn't try and muscle it. Lifted it just over second base out there to right field. Aaron Stone coming up throwing. But those runners were on the move right away. You could tell right away that ball was over second base if you're running from second. So there's no need to hold up and check and make sure they got in there. Got a 1-3 split. We got Caitlin Carroll up now, the left fielder. Pitch inside. Ball 1. Shepard at 1. And foul ball. Penglaze over there at 3. Short lead. And we got a 1-1 count. So Martinez's form's getting a little bit better. She's finding the zone, making the batters swing the bat. Change up again. Foul just down the third base side. Sophie Roberts all over it. And now ahead in the count is Martinez. Carroll looking to be defensive here, just trying to get something on it, hopefully push one up the middle. Infield is still in. Hard ground ball. Takes the ball outside, 2-2. Infield's playing very good tonight. There's a bit of a moisture over the this morning, bit of rain in it. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. She looks her back, she's got her hung up, and a run down. Penglay's doing it all to stay alive, tagged out there, and they got to play at 3. And got her for the double play. As Shepard ran into that one, trying to advance that extra base. And Walkerville gets themselves out of a jam, only giving up the 2 runs. Quick throw there. Sasha hung up all the way. And a good play forcing her back. Quick tag, and you can see at that point, Shepard's in no man's land, just trying to run as hard as you can and get there. And a good play executed by Walkerville there, with the Sophie King underhand feed there to third to make that tag. So 2-run score, 1 hit, I think. 2 walks and a hit batsman in that inning, that half inning. And Glenelg jump out to a 2-0 lead. Well, the home team Walkerville now, they'll have to get themselves together. They're going up against Jade Peterson, as we've pointed out earlier, a very good pitcher. She's in form. She's the strikeout queen here in Adelaide Club Comp, or the Adelaide Softball Association, as it's now known. Good array of pitches. I see the lights just now starting to come on, so Pete Williams has been successful in this bid to find the light switch and pull it. Diamond 2 is also coming on out there too, which is good. They'll have started half an hour earlier than this game. Not that it's any darker out there, but they'd be wanting those lights to be on probably about 15-20 minutes ago. So Peterson, 100th game for Glenelg. I believe she's on 711 total with Seacom and I think various other outfits. I'm not sure. She started with Glenelg, that's correct, and then went to Seacom for 3-4 years. Large. Just getting the information come through here. So yes, she started at Glenelg, went to Seacom, played for quite a while. When I started in the league, she was at Seacom, and then when Seacom failed to have an A-grade team, she got a transfer, went over to Glenelg, and has been happy there and done well ever since here, with no signs of coming back to Seacom. So Sophie King is the leadoff batter, the shortstop. As we welcome Pete back. Mission accomplished. Well done, Pete.
Yep, get the certificate tomorrow, I think, for electrical work, but few loud bangs, bit of a pedal on the bike, and we got some power.
Little blooper, just falls foul there. Just a little number off the end of the bat.
Now, what did I miss? I see 2-zip way of Glenelg. I'm guessing they pushed a couple of those early runs around, early people on the base around.
Yes. Courtney Shepard came up with a great hit. Just put bat on ball to drive in the 2 runs. And then after that, there's a little number here to third. Sophie King very quick. Got her. That's a great pickup and throw there by Horton at third base. I know with King's speed, I thought she was safe when I saw that thing dribbling towards third, but that was a great play.
You see on the replay, she's probably only about 3 steps off first base when that ball's picked up from Horton over at third. That is a phenomenal throw. And a good reach here by over at first. Looks like Bron Sawyer's coming.
He got her by a step. So that brings up Haley Meyer, center fielder tonight. Left-handed. So what you missed was, in the end, we had that base hit by Courtney, but then we had a trap play on a ground ball slow dribbler on a swing through strike to the pitcher, came up, checked the runner. Sasha Penglay's got caught in the trap. They ran her down, And then Courtney Shepard, who was on 1, decided to try and sneak through the 3rd, and they made a quick throw back. There's a ground ball pass short, and Haley Myers on with a base hit for Walkerville.
That was a nice hit that. She was punching it. She was aiming her hands straight at that gap, and she's absolutely nailed it, as we see here on the CMAX replay. Got it nice and wide off the box. She punched it out through the gap. No hope at all there for Sophie Kinnear. Lovely piece to get up to first.
You watch that back control in that swing, and it's just a nice, level, half-paced hit, very well timed, and she's not trying to do too much, and hit it hard.
No, connection's all you need when you got the lineup behind like Chelsea Martinez and Roberts to follow.
So the big swinging Chelsea Martinez is in, the 3rd batter for the inning, number 15. She's our pitcher. Haley Meyer on first. 1 out. And swing and a miss on a high pitch there. Chasing.
Oh, look at that. There's the lights. They're on.
Extreme close-up of the lights.
Yeah. No, it was good work. I had to climb right to the top of that tower to get that one on. No rope, no harness, just the risks I take.
That would be a shot, wouldn't it? Running there. Pitch up high and got her. Nice throw by Courtney Shepard. Right on the money.
That was an absolutely great throw, and it got there at the perfect timing. Sophie Kinnear over at shortstop, gets in, blocks the runner getting in, and there was no hope there at all for Sophie, who has plenty of leg speed. They were well ahead of the play there, which was a great piece of work by Glenelg.
Takes a pitch outside. She's practicing another throw to second there, but a little high.
Probably lucky Sophie wasn't on second.
That's correct. Count goes 2-2. You let Jade get 2 strikes on you, she's going to start to nibble and find her her strike. You've got to be ready. And there's a great hit. Through the hole on the left side, past shortstop, and she's aboard.
Yeah, another nice hit. It didn't really come off that well. It was a bit funky up the top of the handle, up to the bottom of the handle there, and just punched it out through the gap. Rolls it out to left field. Sophie Kinnear just looked to be fielding a little bit more centred than I would imagine normally for a shortstop, and it probably opened that gap up for the ball to get through.
She's playing up the middle a little there, that's correct. Temporary runner coming in for the pitcher. Very fast Sophie King. Brings up Sophie Roberts, the big hitting 3rd baseman, just back from her Open Women's campaign. Hit very well in that tournament. A few extra base hits. And was hitting quite well in this league before the break, I think, too. Doubles are the order. Big swing there. And 1-1.
Yeah, definitely a player when she can connect with the ball. She can hit some quite deep balls out to the outfield, and that's why she bats in the position she does in this lineup here at Walkerville, with the likes in front of her of King, Mayer and Martinez, who generally find themselves on base.
And there's a hard ball again. To the left side past what I would think is about the standard shortstop position there.
Yeah, I think that all 3 of them now, I don't know about the first one, but all 3 of them have gone pretty well the same path through. Maybe that one, the first one a little bit more to the left, but the last 2, I reckon, at a standard shortstop position would have gone almost probably a step to her right. But you know what, they've obviously got a plan. Glenelg would think this through, and Walkerville, you know, they can be good hitters up the middle, so it may be part of a plan, but she's still quite to the left. To our right, but to the left of a position.
61, Georgia Mason batting now, first base. Fouls one back, and that evens up the count. Took a ball on the first pitch.
Now, she might be over a little bit further at the moment, just sort of covering the runners, but, you know. Also, good hitting by Walkerville to find the same spot 3 times in a row.
Absolutely, yes. Peterson working that ball up a little bit, rise ball. Mason swings through it. 1-2.
Apologies earlier, I said Sophie King was the one caught stealing, because it was Haley Mayer, not King, so. Right. Foul back to stay alive, well done. Yeah, Georgia Mason, some experience recently with national or with the state team heading over to Western Australia, I believe it was. So some good experience there. Of course, would have been under her predecessor, co-player in Karen Dale, and obviously her assistant coach here, Linda Martin, both taking him away. So
strike 3. Well, got her with the same pitch, I think.
Yeah, it just sort of works the same position for her. She's known, Georgia Mason, as a bit of a hitter. And so I suppose if you put them up high to her for a big girl, there's a chance you might get her swinging. And they got her a couple of times in a row there. So we roll away to the end of the first innings. There's a little breeze blowing. It's cooling me off. It could just be a little bit of sweat on the back of the neck from my run. But at the end of the day, end of the first innings, 2-zip the way of Glenelg here. So a good start to them to get those first few runners on base and then to enable them to be able to push them around with the good hit from Shepherd. Walkerville there, a few good hits, but weren't able to capitalise, leaving these runners out there, which, as we know and we've seen in recently national tournaments, leaving runners on base is a dangerous thing to do.
It's unlucky, 3 straight hits and they're not come up with a run. But a great throw by Courtney Shepherd to nail that base runner. So as we go to the top of the second, we have Tate Nicholson, who's been playing second base. She's in second base tonight, yes.
So, of course, we've got the game out on the back diamond. I'll get you a score update soon. As I said earlier, it was 1-0 Port's way at the bottom of the first. That looked to be a RBI there. I can't think of the name of the person now who I saw it early, but I'll get you that update a little bit later. It was 1-0 Port's way at the bottom of the first.
And a strike called. Now Martinez has pitched her way into form here. Had a bit of a shaky start in the first inning, but did find her form, and looks like she's dialing it in now. Change up, and Tate does well to foul that off.
So the run that I was thinking of before with the batted in RBI was Jess Maslin brought home Brie Marcelino in the first innings to make it 1-0. There's a 0 run score in the second and a 1 run to Port in the third. West Torrens still at 0. Port now moved to 2. Brie Marcelino now has had 2 at-bats. She's had 1 hit, a walk, and she's also batted a run in. So Port currently 2-zip over West Torrens.
As Nicholson strikes out, swinging, brings up Sophie Kinnear, the shortstop.
And I imagine Sophie would be happy if she could put one between third and shortstop here, like she had 3 of them whiz past her nose in the first at-bat, her first outfield in the first innings. Should be nice if she can see a couple of them roll past the same way here.
And that one's up a bit. So 1-1.
Of course, a bit of good news around Soph earlier this week. She's doing some university work, and she's come on board to assist in a voluntary role at softball in South Australia in the social media side of things, doing a bit of the strategic stuff there with us. So,
oh, fantastic.
You'll see some amazing work there come out, no doubt, over the next month or so. You'll see some wonderful production stuff there. That'll build a bit of a culture about who we are here in South Australia in softball, promoting what we are as people and how we want to market this sport to everyone that gets to see it.
2-1 to Kinnear. Swinging, evens up the count 2-2. Good pitch to go at. Should have got cut. Just fell away a bit of a drop ball. Peterson's on deck, batting in the 9th spot tonight. Change up again.
She sat on that well. I wouldn't be too worried about the fact you've hit it foul. You've actually sat on it nicely. You've put a ball away, which is a key thing. You're still in the box, but she watched it. She watched it closely. She just sort of advanced her hands a little bit more than she needed to there, but otherwise it was a nice one to foul off.
Yeah, I think she timed it well, and you're right. Just let the back head come through a bit too quick, but did well to hang back and not swing through it. Just out in front, did everything she could to keep the bat on it, stay alive. 2-2 again. Martinez finding form. Ground ball, little dribbler, and that's going to beat him. Oh. Anytime you get a ground ball that just beats the pitcher and gets by, if you got some wheels, and she ran down the line quickly there.
Yeah, that was a good piece of running. You know, she's got down. She knew the pitcher was going to have to do a lot of work to get over there.
Yep.
Just there, Steph Gould, I think, thought the pitcher was going to get, so sat back off a little bit, and as a result, you know, it was just for a tall pitcher to get down that low.
That's right. That was really the only chance, is the pitcher get that and flick that in one, because it's just going too slow for Steph Gould to come in and make that play.
And it's an awkward spot because obviously you had Georgia at first there. She was holding her base waiting for the throw to come in. But where it ended up was only probably a step away for her to have picked it up herself. But that's obviously a hole that you can get it into, and it was just a pure bit of luck and strong running up the line.
So runner on one out. Jade Peterson in her 100th game with Glenelg in the box. Outside, missing for ball one.
Of course, Jade away with our open team recently, was in the middle of the circle there for a little bit in a few games and did quite well. She is known to bat. She wasn't needed with the bat in the opens, but she has been a handy batter with Glenelg. She has, in a couple of occasions this season, put balls out into the outfield, which have brought runs home, which has been obviously handy for Glenelg. So she's no mug with the bat, and batting in 9, she's going to put herself in a position where she gives the likes of Cochrane, Bevan, Horton and Penglaze a chance to get her around if she can get herself out there. And of course, as the pitcher, she'll be 2 out. She'll get the benefit of a...
The runner goes on that ball in the dirt. Lost it for a brief moment there, and Kinnear very quick to take that base and keep going.
Dave Borovnik there copping one, I reckon, came up into the face mask or the throat guard, and ended up just dropping by his feet, but the runner was too quick across Kinnear.
Did too. Jeez, he got underneath. Wow. It's very rare to see that. The ball's in the dirt and it comes straight up underneath his throat plate. Yeah. Hope he's all right. He seems like he's all right. Yeah. Jade, fly ball, out to center. Caught. And no advance from the runner. Great catch by Bevan out there. And 2 away.
Yeah, nice piece of the ball there. What we know Jade can do, but unfortunately it came in, just held in a bit shallow, and the Hayley Mayer out there was ready to go with a left-hand throw over third if needed. Able to hold the runner at 2 though.
Top of the order now for Glenelg. 2 out. Gemma Cochrane's in. First pitch. Ooh. And missing, maybe a bit low. Ball 1. Cochrane got hit by a pitch in the first at bat. Just incidentally, Dave was telling us just now through the back step that his throat protector did the job. Must have slowed it down enough. And he's okay. And there's a pitch from Martinez, 1-1.
Yeah, the throat protector's done its job because there was a nice strong strike call there. So he's good to go again. He's happy, which is good. Always make sure our umpires are fit and healthy for these games.
So Kinnear in scoring position on 2. Oh, it's Sawyer, sir. I've missed how have I missed that?
Sawyer's come into the game.
She did, did she?
She came into the field there at first.
So after she got hit.
I'm assuming Cochrane's got a bit sore from that whack early on.
My mistake. I missed that. And a ground ball. Nice single right past third and the shortstop. And keeps it alive. Sends Kinnear to third as Sawyer is on first. I call that CNI because you'll see it just misses that glove and just misses that glove. It's like that ball had eyes and found the only way through.
Yeah, as you see here on the CMAX replay, got down low, threw the hands through hard, got it through between Sophie and, of course, the 2 Sophies, Sophie King and Sophie Roberts over there on the left side of the diamond. Gets it out, puts the runner in a scoring position, 2 outs.
And that brings up Georgia Bevan. I'll make a correction from before. That catch out in center field was Hayley Mayer. I'm calling the wrong team there, but won't make that mistake again. Sorry, Hayley. So 2 out. Runners at the corner. Now Bevan's up. And 2 strikes just like that. Base on balls last time. Good hitter, Bevan is.
Chelsea Martinez here just starting to hit her zones now, which is good to see.
Yep. And swing and a miss. And Martinez gets out of a jam, and Walkerville leaves two, keeps 2 runners from scoring, advancing. Glenelg leaves 2 on, no runs.
Yeah, so a nice hold out there by Walkerville. Obviously, his first innings they got runners on, but couldn't bring them home. They've then managed to defend well in the diamond there with runners out on the getting around the diamond into scoring positions, but not being able to get home. So good fight back there from Walkerville. They'll be looking to see what the bottom end of their lineup can do. Of course, this competition here and this broadcast is brought to you by CMAX. If you want to help advance tomorrow's healthcare and get paid for your time, log in to cmax.com.au.
A couple good hits there. Threatening again. Now, last time in all the excitement and the lights and stuff, I didn't get to go around the diamond here with Glenelg, but we'll do that quickly. We got Jade Peterson in the circle. Courtney Shepard is catching. First base is Gemma Cochran. Tate Nicholson at second. Sydney Horton at third. Sophie Kinnear at shortstop. Caitlin Carolyn left. Georgia Bevan in center. And Sasha Penglaze in right field. Obviously, Gemma Cochran's come out, and Sawyer has gone into first base there. So I will just back announce that one in.
Yeah, I'm going to imagine the early hit in the start of the game there has probably done a little bit of damage.
Brooke Bethune, catcher, even though she's wearing 16 in Stansfield.
Don't be fooled.
Don't be fooled, yes. She's a catcher tonight.
I think Bindi just looking for another excuse to not be able to come on the diamond. Someone else has got my shirt, so can't come on tonight.
Must be the idea. 1-1 now on a low ball there after fouling off the first pitch.
And a couple of games played in the 14 regional tournament today over in Canberra. As we saw, our boys and girls have travelled over there. They went on some excursion stuff yesterday to see a bit of the sightseeing around Canberra of what's over there from the federal side of things. The 14 girls with a win over the Queensland Metro 6-4.
I saw that, yeah.
Lost to New South Wales Navy 12-3.
Swing and a miss.
The boys, unfortunately, had a couple of hard games today. When you come up against New South Wales and Queensland on day one, you always know you're up for it. Had a couple of losses there, but no doubt they'll come back and they'll learn a lot from it.
I believe the girls were down 4-1 at one point and came back and won 6-4. That's strike 3 called as Bropnek punches out Brooke Bethune. First away, first one out.
Yeah, strong again. That person in the middle seems to get all the strikeouts she can, and you don't give her a chance to get a couple up on you because the third one will be hunting the edge of a plate somewhere.
Steph Gall now, second base. Batter for Walkerville. Jade delivers. Strike 1.
Dave really had a good look at that one. It was well and truly in the mid of the catcher before he called the strike. So having a good look. Must be working the edges nice.
Jade hitting her spot. Shepard was calling for an inside pitch there, up and in, and looked like she hit it.
Shepard's had a great season for Glenelg. She's been doing a bit with the batter recent times, but her game behind the plate has been phenomenal of late, and she's got the benefit of having a couple of very handy pitches in the middle that'll put it where the glove is, but she's calling some really good games against some good teams, and that's probably part of the reason they're actually doing so well in defence.
She's getting experience in droves here with, you're right, Jade pitching and now Yo Grauer joining the team. So, and Jade strikes her out swinging.
You know, one of the hardest parts is you sit there and go, you know, all these strikeouts, the pitcher's doing their job, but the catcher's the one who's calling it where to put it and what to do with it. So it's a bit of a battery teamwork there. It's not just the person in the middle. So if you're getting a lot of strikeouts, you could probably say it's part of the catcher's help.
Kelly Bested now, left fielder. And Jade comes right after, strike 1 called.
She obviously already got 3 strikeouts for the match. We're only in the second inning, so.
It's a nasty rise ball there when you take that first one right down the middle, and then the next one starts out looking the same place, but it ends up about 5 inches higher than it was. 0-2. Fouled off to stay alive. Well done.
Yeah, I think that's the key here. You just got to keep working, keep Jade going. She'll keep hitting her spots. Eventually, when you get one that's not quite right in your spot, you got to make sure you can keep yourself going in the box. But when you get one, you got to take it, because she's probably not going to offer too many to you.
0-2 to Bested. And just off the plate. Jade wanted that one.
I mean, when we look at her stats so far this game, she's had 30 pitches, 22 of them have been strikes. So they're all in the zones and around the mark. You've just got to find the one that you like.
And strike 3, swinging.
Well, last 4 at-bats in the box have all been struck out there. So Jade's definitely found her rhythm, found her spot. Chelsea just probably a little bit off in that first innings, which was the difference when a couple of runs scored. Aside from that, we've got a fairly even match. So it's what we like to see coming back. Both teams, as I said, fighting for different roles in the finals here. One team fighting to make sure they got that gap maintained going into the back end of the season. Another team fighting to stay alive.
Yeah, the difference is that that first inning and just possibly a little shaky start for Martinez, and one key hit to drive in 2 runs.
So, of course, we are online. We're interactive. We're happy for people to chat to us and have a go and see what they want to tell us about what they're seeing around the softball diamonds across the country at the moment, and tell us how they're appreciating the production that we bring to you every week. Let us know where you're from, let us know where you're watching, and let us know anything that you'd like us to raise.
So the top of the third, we're going to have Sydney Horton stepping in. Looks like she's going. Looks like she's coming in on the left-hand side this time. She was batting right-handed first time up.
Yeah, has been a handy switch hitter.
She has, yeah.
Great utility asset. She's done some outfielding. She's done at third base tonight.
Third base. Played shortstop before the break too, I think.
Played
second base one time with.
I don't know if there's too many places on the diamond she can't roll. And when you can bat left, bat right, and you can field anywhere, you're a handy asset to any team.
Absolutely. Infield playing in. And wisely so. Looks like she's just having a bit of a slap at it there. I don't know if she hits for power from the left-hand side, so it might just be a leadoff batter sort of situation for her and trying to get the ball in play and get herself on.
I'll see if I can get the attention of one of the coaches on their way past at the end of this half of innings, and I'll see if I can get an update on Gemma Cochran for those watching at home.
One chopper to Roberts. Throws across. Routine play for 1 out.
Good bat on ball, but came up nicely, fielded right height. Didn't have to do a lot there. Roberts went straight to her, put the glove up. It was already in position for the throw, and didn't matter what side she was batting there, you were never going to beat that throw.
That is a perfect hop for an infielder there. So Sasha Pengles had herself a hit last time. And bit of an awkward swing there. Fooled on the changeup. Wasn't sure. Knew it was going to be a strike. Thought she'd have a bit of a hack at it, but it was not a balanced swing. 0-1.
Yes, it definitely was a pitch that took a while to get to her, and I don't think she was having enough time waiting for it. And unfortunately, the bat got through with a smile, I must say, as well. So she knew what she was doing.
And that one just missing. 2-1 the count. And just up a bit there. So she's trying to throw a bit of a down ball and with a high release and just off the plate a bit there too. So 3-1. Pengles, good hitter. She'd be looking for something here right down the middle. Or she may lay off and force Martinez to throw another pitch or two. She was having a hack.
Yeah, there was nothing but swinging at that one, and I don't think it really mattered where it was going. She was after it. Of course, well low, would have been out of the zone, but had a swing, had a hope.
Well, as we say, she had her swing for herself now. Now she's got to have a team hack. Try and put this ball in play. Full count. A fly ball out to center. Oh, and just lost it at the last moment there, Meyer. And she was in underneath that. And
as we see here on the CMAX replay, she had to move a little bit out to her left. She got under it comfortably enough, but she just seemed to lose it in the last probably 5-10 metres of ball flight. And unfortunately, once it's at that spot and you're losing control, you just put in the glove in hope, and seems to have missed her glove and almost hit her in the head there. So
unfortunate that.
Hope she's okay, but runner on first.
Ground ball, third. Throws to 2 in time. Got the lead runner. Nice play by Roberts and Gall. So Penglaze is on with an error.
Yes, Penglaze obviously getting out over at second, but she's going to stay on as the courtesy runner here, so she has another crack to go from first, with obviously Courtney Shepherd, the catcher, having to come off. And Caitlin Carroll steps up, so with 2 out, trying to advance the runner from first. It's been good defensive innings again here by Walkerville. The good field off the first out there from Sophie Roberts, the gun arm straight over to first. Second runner getting on through an error, but then really good thinking by Sophie to get the lead runner again and make sure that the only runner on base is on the wrong side of the diamond to be in scoring position.
Yeah, again, she got that ball really quickly. And again, a ground ball comes up, knocks it down, comes up in time and makes the play.
I thought for a minute I may have given her the commentator's curse, but
Sophie Roberts factors in on all 3 outs there. And it did well to keep it down, kept her eyes on it.
Looks like she may have just slightly come up a little bit before the ball was in the glove, or had the ball in the glove, but at least she didn't come up too early that it missed the glove completely.
If there's one thing there that you want to tell your fielders is after that initial one, you would go for the bare hand on the ball and not use your glove again. That's what we should teach, but she was able to keep both hands there. She did it.
Yep.
And came up and threw a strike. So
the key there, obviously, keeping the ball in front of her, and if it had bounced off her and gone left or right, it would have made it a lot difficult to actually get that out. But kept the ball in front, 1 step in, picks the ball, throws nicely, beats the runner just in time. Again, another good defensive innings from Walkerville there that we really wanted to capitalise now, rolling back around from the 9 position to the top of their lineup.
That's right. No hits, 1 error, and no runs. Still 2-0 Glenelg, as the bottom half of the inning now does see the 9 batter and then a 1-2. 9 batter is Aaron Stone, longtime player with Walkerville. Usually see her at second base, but she does play right field often too. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Let's see how Jade goes. Obviously, she's got 4 of the last 4 batters all struck out. See if you can continue that. She's hit that zone straight off perfectly again this inning. So it's a bit routine for someone who's been doing it for as long as she has. So
well, Jade's smart enough to be coming right after the lower part of the order, you would think here. Just trusting the gloves behind her, trusting her defense to make the play if they do put bat on ball, and challenging the hitter. 0-2 to Stone, and foul back just to stay alive. And Jade's there elevating just a little bit there, and that's been her strikeout pitch tonight. Down the middle and then a couple up, fooling the batters. We'll do it again, 0-2. Bit of a change up for a ball. On deck, Sophie King. Ooh, and that didn't miss by much. Ball. 2-2 the count. Very brave to take that one. 2 strikes on you. That's paid off.
Yeah, especially against Jade, she wouldn't have been far off.
And strike 3, swinging.
So the first out of the innings there, just an update out on the back time. We've had a flip now. West Torrens scored 5 runs in the 5th innings to go 5-2 up.
Wow.
So Jordan Harris has had 3 at-bats for 2 hits. You've had Emma Burridge 3 at-bats for 3 hits. You've had a single hit to Lana Casler and Amber Hood, and a double to Steph Trzynski, and also a double to Jordan Harris.
Oh, geez. Some good hitting there. The hitters you'd expect to be hitting. And there's a little bloop up the middle. Diving play by Tate Nicholson for the second out. That had the earmarks of falling in there for a single, and Tate laid it out perfectly. Caught it just above the ground. That's a great play by the young second baseman. All smiles after that. And their teammates quickly in there to let her know about it. That's a great play.
Yeah, see, she came up with a smile as well, so happy to have made it. Knows what that meant. Had that have not been caught and got through, would have been runner on. With the Mayer, Martinez and Roberts line up behind instead. You've got 2 out, no one out there, and now Walkerville chasing.
That does bring Haley Mayer. Center fielder up, 2 out, and she's 1-1 at the moment. It does lessen the pressure for Jade to have to pitch to the top of the order and the perceived bigger hitters and not have anybody on, and so and 2 out, so she can kind of just pitch as she wants and put the pressure on Walkerville. Another ground ball up the middle again. Very good back control again by Haley.
Another one where just bat out on ball, just making sure she gets contact and then hoping if ball goes in play she can get there. As another one where Sophie Kinnear had to go the other way this time. She's having one of those nights, and she's just looking a little bit ginger. She's got up a little bit ginger on the right leg, potentially knee or ankle. So
having herself guessing in the fact that she played her over to the hole, and then she goes up the middle.
If you see there on that replay, I don't know if we can get it again. As she's dived in, her right knee has just dug into the ground and actually has just sort of flopped her down in the spot. So I'd imagine the right knee's a little bit ginger. As you see on the CMAX replay, just gets out between the pitcher, short, she dives, this knee goes bang straight in and just jars itself back up. So a little bit ginger. She's got the glove in hand, ready to go. She's confident. The coach has been told to go away now, so we're ready to go. She's tough, but as you can see there, just jags into that ground and digs, and unfortunately, she didn't get the ball, and she got a little sore.
Yep. Yes, even diving there and knocking that ball down, she probably doesn't come up and throw her out, but it was a good try. Perfectly hit. Chelsea Martinez up, the pitcher. Had a single to the left side last time. And takes the first pitch for a ball. This would be a batter that Jade will be pitching a little bit more careful. And knowing that Sophie Roberts on deck doesn't make it any easier. Swing and a miss on a slightly elevated ball there. 1-1.
Of course, that game out the back will be getting close towards the end now. As we get to 10-9, they'll be getting to the hour-and-a-half mark. So they'll be getting close, and that'll be a good time for West Torrens to put those runs on.
Did all those runs come in one inning, did you say?
Yeah, all in the 5th inning. So obviously very important for the ladder as well. Glenelg will want to win this to keep ahead of West Torrens. The win of West Torrens out the back with runs ahead will actually probably put them a leapfrog Glenelg, but a win here will put Glenelg back in front.
Right. Fouled back. And it's 2-2.
More importantly, a win here to Glenelg will put them only 1 win behind Port Adelaide.
Correct. They'll stay. That's right. Well, they'll stay as they came in. 2 points, right?
Yep.
It's 2 points different? Yes.
No, there'll be 1 point difference.
1 point difference. Okay. And swinging, got Martinez, strike 3, and the 3rd out.
So again, Walkerville getting a runner on, but not able to get them round. But defensively, they've been good the last couple of innings. So we'll be looking to see if we can go again. Now, just having a look at the people that are watching us, I'm a little bit concerned considering it says Gemma Cochran is watching us. I'm pretty sure if she's watching, can you give us an update on your injury?
That'd be good.
Outside of that, we have Melissa Bristow congratulating Jade on her 100th game. Craig Robinson congratulating Jade. We've also got a few people here hoping that Cochran will be okay. We have the likes of Debbie Stevens-Toote watching from Coolawon. For those that don't know, that's going to be west of Canberra. We have Joanne Marie watching from out in Geelong, regular watcher, so thank you for watching again. A few from up the hills, Wayne, Lynn Adams, Kel O'Brien, Reggie Fairley all watching. Kay Williams watching from over in Melbourne, was over here for the Masters games. Georgia King, another hills person, Natasha Sutton watching. We're getting plenty of people here talking to us. Lindy Radigan sitting to our left, she's watching. And I'm going to go as Reg Palauskas, who is Penglazer's cousin, is watching and is very grateful for these broadcasts.
Hey, how good of a advertisement for Spacequake is it that the players, when they're on the bench or they're out of the game, that they're watching on Spacequake too? You can't get any better coverage than Spacequake.
I'm not sure if there's any breaches in rules.
If she's off the bench, she should be okay. Maybe they've carted her just off the bench there. A line drive right into the glove of Steph Gall.
To be fair, she was the first watcher, so it was probably pre-game. So
okay, that's what it was. From one second baseman to another there, Tate Nicholson soft liner right into Steph Gall's glove. She made a good play coming forward to get it. Second basemen are getting some dirty work here with their diving plays.
Yeah, Soph Roberts dominated the last innings from third, and this time maybe over on the right side of the diamond. See that ball? Oh.
Ground ball only. Chelsea Martinez comes up with that with all of her stretch to get that chopper up the middle.
Yeah, very unlucky there. Probably not many pitchers who would have been able to get to that. The fact that she's quite tall and was able to get that just in the tip of the glove, spin around and still have time to get the throw off.
Kinnear robbed of a hit there by a very tall pitcher. Only Jesse Drezik from a few years back might have been a little bit taller and taken that without the jump. Shout out to Jesse out there. She's back in the U.S. there somewhere, New Jersey.
Yeah, poor old Sophie's had a bit of a dirty game in the field. Ball's going just left and just right of her. She's had the one in the first innings at bat where she was a bit lucky to get up to first. Very unlucky there.
Jade Peterson had a fly out to center last time up.
Yeah, she's been doing it really well in the middle so far tonight for Glenelg. She's pitching absolutely on the mark, and that's helping keeping Walkerville at bay in the offensive innings. Now she's got to try to make some sort of mark on them from a defensive point of view and see if she can get herself on base.
I mean, that's a tough ask now for Walkerville to try and crack Jade, who's a very crafty pitcher and chasing 2 runs. You're right, they got to string a few together. Strike 3 on the outside corner. And all Jade can do is hope that she gets the same call when she's pitching. Good call by Dave.
I don't think she was going to turn around and argue about the call because needs the plate umpire on your side. But at the end of the day, a bit of your own medicine. Just walk off with a smile and know you can get a couple more yourself. So that completes, obviously, 3 innings now with the score at 2-0 the way of Glenelg over the back diamond. As I said, West Torrens managed to get themselves back to the lead with a 5-2 score. It's still showing the bottom of the fifth. There's 2 out. They're about to get to the hour and 25-minute mark, and there's 2 out. So, but they do have a runner on second and third, Port Adelaide. So they'll need to try and bring them around. Back here, as I said, we got Jade just absolutely starring it in the middle so far. We've seen some good batting from Glenelg early on get on, but Walkerville, to their credit, have fought back. And as I said earlier, we've had a 3-1 and a 1-all draw between these two teams. 2-0 is not a big gap. The game is still well alive.
Well, you've taken the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say, alluding to what you said earlier, very close games by these two teams in the first 2 meetings. And yes, that was early in the season, but history's repeating itself. We got a 2-0 game, very close. So they seem to have pitcher duels, don't they? And
as we've said, you know, Walkerville early on, all they were doing was getting back contact, bat on ball, bat on ball, bat on ball. And poor old Kinnear was missing them left and right, but they weren't able to capitalise on that.
That's correct. So Sophie Roberts, third base, steps in to lead it off. Bottom of the 4th. Peterson starts out with a changeup called strike.
Yeah, Sophie Roberts just having a good look at that one, and just look a little bit on the outside, and a bit highish, yeah. So, but called by Borovnik.
Infield is straight away here. I think Kinnear has moved over towards the hole a little bit more off of second.
Yeah, she's a good metre to metre and a half more
Yeah.
to her right than she was at the start of the game. So whether that's something they picked up or whether it's just something she's monitored and changed herself, I don't know. But she's definitely more on the dark side of that, or on the right side of that patch now, whereas earlier she was in the middle.
And swinging through that one, again, a little bit up, but Roberts felt she had to go after it. Good swing. Timing was good. 1 and 2. Peterson delivers. Up, but fouled off. Straight back into the net. Roberts stays alive. Well, Roberts will be just looking to hopefully just get this ball in play. You take a little bit off your swing here. You're not thinking big gap. You're thinking, let's get a hit, let's get on and get something started. Peterson's thinking, here, hit this. I'm going to throw it just out of the zone. And evens it up with a ball.
Yeah, you're right. She's going to keep throwing in and around the mark. She's going to be getting ahead of the game, Jade, in most of her counts. So it's going to be up to the batters to be better and smarter about what they do with this now and just get that bat on ball.
Ball's hit up, flaring back. Tate Nicholson goes back. And the second baseman makes a catch to retire Sophie Roberts, 1 away.
Yeah, just got under that ear. We see on the CMAX replay, goes in, reaches under it, pushed up high. You see a lot of speed there. I was concerned watching it live with Sasha Penglace charging in from right field, but she obviously got called out late enough for Tate that she backed off and let Tate take it. Awkward spot there, just coming off the dirt onto the grass, but she was very confident, which was good to see.
And now Mason steps in, first base. Fouls the first pitch back. Wearing her red state helmet, I imagine. She just had away.
Got her state number on the left-hand side,
There
what
you
I
go.
reckon.
Change of speeds on her, popped her up, and just out of the reach of Courtney Shepard. She ran a long way for that.
Yeah, not sure if we got a replay at all down the first base line of that one. I think that might have got in the glove. As we see here on this replay from behind, it did get in the... No, it didn't quite get in the glove. It was just missed to her left, but...
Just the ball was just, she was chasing away. The ball's tracking away from her and just couldn't quite get there. 0-2 and swinging on a high pitch. Strike 3. Two away.
As we see here on this replay of that foul ball, great effort in behind there from Courtney Shepard, reaching at full stretch, just missed the tip of the glove.
Both fielders getting their butt at the same time and falling just equally in between.
A well-positioned foul ball.
Brooke Bethune, the catcher, batting now. First pitch fouled straight back. Strike 1. And followed up with another swinging strike.
Well, the next, Brooke, followed by the next 3, were all struck out. In fact, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 were all struck out their first time at bat. So far, 5's been struck out and 6 has got a couple of strikes on her. So Jade's hitting that spots well, and as you said,
challenging the bottom of the order, and strike 3 swinging.
she doesn't let the, she knows in the lineups where they've got to really target and where she goes strong, and when she's hitting her spot, it just looks like so routine for her. She just rolls back, gets the ball back from the catcher, spins around, back on that plate, throws the next one down, and they're all just striking them perfectly where she's putting them. So 8 strikeouts now I've got for her for the match in 4 innings, which is, considering there's only 12 outs, she's got 8 of them.
Great pitching, yes. And if you look ahead, I mean, Walkerville's got to try and get something going to come back. Their next 3 batters have all struck out. So they're going to have to hopefully get something changed, or change something and try and get that ball in play.
Yeah, it's, you know, as we said earlier, Walkerville were just putting bat on ball and finding gaps. That top order was doing that, and they were getting on base. Maybe they're just, you know, you're 2 runs down, all of a sudden you're chasing, you're thinking time's getting away from you, we've got to just get runners around quick. But sometimes just putting bat on ball and you can get into the headspace of the pitcher who can have a couple of hits against them, and all of a sudden the game can change for you. But at this time, you know, Glenelg looking pretty strong in defence through a lot of good effort from Jade in the middle, Courtney behind the play, but then obviously Tate's been doing nicely at second as well. So they're doing a really good defensive effort.
Yep, it turned into a good game. Defensive, pitcher duel. Had some interesting plays when you were chasing the lights. That trap play was probably the excitement, and then a couple of nice diving plays at second for both teams.
I did hear some yelling and screaming while I was running off to the light boards to try and work them out. I didn't know if it was laughing at me or there was something exciting going on the diamond.
So I know what everybody wants to know. To turn those lights on, do you flick the switch up or flick the switch down?
Well, the trouble was, when I went to the boards, everything said it was meant to come on, but we had to turn them away from automatic and flick them manually.
Do you go to the sign that says turn on and you flick it till it's on?
I just went and turned every key that was in the possible garage there, and I don't know what I've turned on.
Or you take the hammer and just bang it a bit like an old TV.
What do they say? If it doesn't work, turn it off and back on and it should work.
Well, resets itself. There you go. It worked for you. So, Bron Sawyer, who came in for Gemma Cochran in the second inning, is leading off, facing Martinez, ball one.
At the back diamond, we've gone into the top of the sixth, so we're going to have a sixth innings to complete. Port Adelaide over on third. They're behind, so they're going to have a full innings. Oh, no, it's finished. 5-4.
There you go. So
they finished at the end of the fifth, which means West Torrens have got up 5-4. Port Adelaide put 2 runs on in that last inning, so they had 2 out and 2 runners on, got 2 of them home, but then weren't able to get the 5th one over. So a win there, 9 hits to 7, West Torrens' favour, an error each team, and Port left 5 on base, West Torrens 4.
Big swing there by Bron Sawyer, and 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. She was looking to drive that one deep. Outfield playing a little bit shallow. She thought maybe she could get one past them. Now be looking for contact. Just off the plate.
She got the hit out to the, or between, or the what do you call it, the eyeball earlier that got between third and shortstop. Just missed both gloves and made its way out. Got herself up to first at her first at bat.
2-2. Up and in. Full count. Wisely left.
I'll tell you what, the speed at which she got her hands up out the way and spun that bat round in her hands, she could lead a marching band with that.
Martinez resettles. Full count here. Strike 3 on the outside edge.
Yeah, Bron thought she had it there. She was about to drop the bat and go up to first, but it just managed to clip an edge and gets a nice strikeout there for the first out of the 5th inning.
She had a bit of down ball action on it, so it looked like it was up and out, but as it bit, came back down, and Brovnik called 3. So, Georgia Bevan, center fielder, first pitch, a little low, and she lays off there, ball 1.
Yeah, she's had the walk and the strikeout so far from her 2 at-bats, so hasn't had to put bat on ball as yet.
There's a ground ball to Roberts. Nicely played, routine again. She's getting the best hops down there at third. Just planting her feet. Well, she's settling her feet. She kind of throws on the run here. Nice play.
I tell you what, that third innings that she had, Sophie, and that play there has just made it look like third's a very easy place to play, but we all know in reality it's not. You're in the gun, things come at you. But she's had some good bounces go her way so far tonight.
Absolutely. Strike 1 called on Sydney Horton. Base and balls and the ground out. Her first 2 times up. Horton was on fire the first half of the season, batting close to 500 or so, I seem to recall. Ground ball, dug out of the dirt by Sophie King and thrown across. And it's probably quick to call that a ground ball. It was a soft liner that just short hop. She played that very well.
That was a cracking pickup here. As we see on the CMAX replay, the ball just comes in, dives in that rough patch just in front, straight in the glove. Just turned the head away and hoped it stayed in. Came up with the ball and got the throw over nicely. As you see here on this replay, gets the ball nicely in front.
Turn her head. I hope she didn't turn her head. No.
Turned her head actually towards the ball, so that's impressive.
Good.
And the throw
nice play. A good stretch at first by Mason.
Throw just fading away a little bit there off to the right, but was good.
Well, Walkerville did what they could there to get 3 quick outs and give themselves another shot. They are at the 7, 8, 9 batters coming up here to finish off the 5th. We are at 9:05. We got 25 minutes to play, or 20 minutes until they would call no new inning.
Now we're seeing some changes here from Glenelg. I heard someone say something about Sophie going out. I think Sophie's making her way out to potentially centre field. I'm not sure who's come in or if they're just positional changes. We'll pick them up shortly, hopefully. We'll hear Dave explain them to our scorers to our left. Don't forget, as I said earlier, we have the state championships coming up this weekend. There's still opportunities to become a volunteer for Softball SA following on in March. We've obviously got the Open Men's. Again, opportunities there for anyone who wants to reach out, help out, come down and be a part of the Softball SA community, putting on fantastic events. There's opportunities on grounds, there's opportunities at the gate, there's opportunities anywhere really. We can help you out in the canteen. The volunteers in the canteen do a fantastic job every week through our Premier League, through all of our tournaments. The bar staff are amazing, and that's the way we can make some sort of revenue come in for us here. So anyone that wants to help out and be a part of this and build the revenue and build the support in South Australia, please feel free to nominate as a volunteer.
So as we have Steph Gall leading off here, there was some changes. Sophie Kinnear did come out, and Nalia Rigby comes in for her. Now there's position changes there that I can't quite pick up yet. I believe Bevan's come into shortstop from center, and I believe Rigby has gone out to center. And meanwhile, back to the batting action, and Peterson's picked up right where she left off. 3 straight pitches, strike 3 to Steph Gall. First one out.
Looks to me like Sasha Penglaze is not out at right field. That may be where Nalia's come into, because I think it's a straight swap centre field for shortstop. So Kinnear's gone to centre field and Bevan's come into short.
No, Kinnear's come out of the game, sorry. So I think Penglaze has gone out to centre or to left.
To left, just you switch.
Is that right? So, but Kinnear came out. So Nalia went in for that. Nalia has gone to right field. She is the lefty. I do know that. So 75 is in right field now, which has bumped a few around. Well, let's leave that to you.
Caitlin Carroll's gone out to centre field.
That's it, okay.
And
Penglaze is to left.
Penglaze has gone to left.
Ground ball up the middle. Gets past Jade, but Tate Nicholson there scoops it up, makes the throw in time to get Kelly Bested, who gets the ball in play.
So we see here on the CMAX replay, gets under the glove of Jade Peterson, but well backed up there by Tate Nicholson. Picks it up, flicks it over. Big smile on the face. That's what we want to see when we're out here playing sport. And when you're 2-0 up, you can afford to smile when you're putting on good plays.
No touch by Jade to get the assist and go off the glove?
No, I'm not going to give her an assist for that one. Went under.
Aaron Stone now, 9 batter. Number 39, been playing right field. Struck her their first time up. Trying to get herself on here and get a rally going for Walkerville with 2 out. That's a nice pitch by Jade. Gets the strike called, even it up 1-1.
Yeah, bottom of the lineup here. You'd imagine the next time around, the part of the lineup that has looked at all damaging for Walkerville so far has been that top 5 tonight. And you know, you'd hope the bottom end, if they can get some of these runners on, might be able to have a change through the game and, you know, get a little bit of momentum swing. But if this finishes off soon in this innings, then Walkerville's probably got that next innings to really capitalise on trying to make the 2 runs back.
Lays off there. Aaron shortening up on the bat, just trying to make contact, swinging through the one before that. 2-2 count now. She's got to be ready to swing here. Jade's coming after her, I would think. Ooh, up and out, and works the count to full. Good eye at the plate.
She's done well to drag this at bat out. Come back.
Full count. And a soft lean liner just right back to Jade for the 3rd out.
Yeah, unfortunate there. She'd had a really good at bat. She got bat on ball, but it just popped straight back in the direction of the pitcher, who at this stage of the game, Jade Peterson, cannot put a foot wrong in the middle. So doing nicely. Glenelg now coming around to the top of the 6th. we could probably nearly get a 7 innings game in the way we're going here at the moment.
The way we're going.
2-0. As I said, it's a tight game. Other than that first innings, there's been nothing either team have really given on the defensive side so far.
Yeah, just going through the batting lineup here, and the hits have been pretty quick and routine for both teams after that first inning. Second inning, they did threaten and have the runners on the corner there for a moment, but got out of the jam. And Walkerville had some chances in that first inning, but to no avail. 2 hits, 3 hits, and then no runs. But yep.
Yeah, I think that's the difference, as I was saying earlier. They got the runners on early when they were fresh into the game. Just couldn't get them round, whereas Glenelg, on the other hand, managed to get them. So,
Sasha Penglaze now stepping in to lead off the top of the 6th. Glenelg up 2-0. And Martinez delivers. A little low, ball 1.
Martinez will be looking to close this out quickly. As I said, Walkerville rolling back to the top of their lineup in their next at-bat. They're going to need to be trying to get as many of them on and around as they can if they're going to have any chance of pulling these 2 runs back, I'd imagine.
Hard hit ball. Roberts, 1 hop, throws from her knees, dug out of the dirt by Mason. Wow, that's the hot corner tonight.
Oh, I tell you, that's another. We see here, it sort of just faded on her. She dropped down, and from both knees, great stretch and great pick from Georgia Mason over at first. She's come a long way over in that position. She's now into what I think is her 2nd season in Premier League. She was brought in initially as a designated hitter, the potential to be able to hit big balls and that. But her performance is on the diamond. She's starting to really flourish.
That was a very good play at both ends. Roberts again getting those hops. That one there give her a little bit more trouble than the previous ones, but kept the ball in front of her.
Again, makes it look easy.
Yeah, chose to throw from her knees, but was on the money. And trusting your first baseman over there to bail you out. Comes up with the play.
Yeah, Georgia's done a few really good stretches tonight. She's absolutely nailing it over there, and she'll be pretty happy with the way she's come along and developed over the last 12 months, and continuing that she'll go a long way.
The catcher now, Shepard, 0-2. Next pitch from Martinez is a bit off the plate. Trying to get her to chase. Shepard had the single all the way back in the first inning. And swinging it, fouling off down the third base over the dugout on that pitch, which is up and in a little. 1-2. Change up in the dirt. It's a good pitch selection there. Good eyes to lay off it. Previous pitch just fouling off and swinging early.
Chelsea does have a good little mix and good range within her within her little bag of tricks she's got out there, and she's been pitching quite nicely and using them well tonight. So it's caught Glenelg a few times. Yeah. Much likewise, Jade has that good change-up she throws as well. So there's a couple of rise balls earlier Chelsea pitched that's caught a few out that sort of just came up a little bit high on them, but they swung under. So she's got a good range in there, and she's coming from a good height when she throws them down, but she puts a lot of effort in, and she's been a very good handy pickup for Walkerville, that's for sure.
Yeah, I would say that first inning tonight was really just kind of scraping the rust off a bit, and after that she's showed really good control. Courtney's fouled off another pitch there, staying alive. Change up again. Fouling off.
Of course, Courtney not looking to stay in the lineup, aiming at the coach. That's not going to help you any favours at all, taking the coach out.
And as the crowd comes over from Diamond 2, I had visual confirmation of what you said there, 5-4. Both my middle and younger daughters are on the bench for both those teams tonight. One for Port Adelaide, one for West Torrens.
Oh dear.
So it was the battle of the bench Benedictsons.
Is it a quiet dinner tonight?
It's always a tough one. They played in the grand final last year, and They were both all smiles before, but, you know, one was more smiles afterwards. There's a high fly ball out to center, drifting back. And that time taken by Haley Meyer.
Yeah,
Played that one well.
Good piece of the ball there, though. She really threw her hands up. It stayed up high in the zone. Yeah. Threw everything at it, got good contact on it, got out nice and deep. And as a result, that ball perfectly positioned was Haley Mayer on this occasion. She had that one flopped a little bit odd on her earlier, but that was an ideal roll.
Yes,
that one.
That was a good at bat for Courtney Shepherd there. She battled through.
So for those of you making your way down to witness some of the state championships as well over the next 4 days, we have the Open Men's, of which you're the assistant coach for, so I'm assuming you might have something to do with this as well, on the barbecue Friday and Saturday. So
yes,
lucky it's not going to be 40 degrees. We're not going to have fire bands. I'll be able to throw the barbecue, throw the snags around. I'm getting the nod of the head from Lindy at the end of the table telling me that Bill will be on the tools. So if you're an expert barbecuer, come on down and help out Lindy on the tools, and Bill will be right next to her, sweating away over the hot barbecue.
As Caitlin Carroll swings through that one, I'll be around, but I'm playing. Whether I'm helping on the barbecue, if I got a spare moment, there's nothing will stop me from being there on the barbecue helping out. Smiling and waving.
I'm sure James Harris will have a billion and one other duties to be doing on the day, but I'm absolutely no doubt he will rake in as many of these Open Men's as he can to get onto that barbecue. Any assistance at all with travel and funding will go a very long way. And, you know, Lindy's a friendly person. If you get up alongside her, she might even buy you a little sip to drink. Guaranteed, she says. So she's just probably got about 15 people volunteering to help out.
2 on the Caitlin Carroll. 2 out. Martinez throws a little bit off speed, off the plate. Carroll lays off. 2-2 the count. Or 3-1, sorry. 3-1 the count. Got herself in a good hitting situation here. On deck, Tate Nicholson. Second base. Had a game tonight already defensively.
She's been very strong defensively. He's been very, very handy out there.
And there's a shot right between short and third into left field for a 2-out single.
Yeah, lovely piece of the ball there. She got nice contact with it. It came out beautifully. It sounded nice off the bat. Flew out ideally, landed in safely, and gets herself up to first and brings that person who's, as we said, has had a good night in the field, Tate Nicholson, up to bat.
And just a great at bat there with 2 strikes, or so 3-1 at that point, but just enough. She didn't try and crush it, just tried to make good contact and hit it very cleanly.
It looked like one of those balls that Chelsea just kept up high in the strike zone, and she kept her hands up high and got good contact, which was the key. And that's exactly what, as I said earlier, Walkerville were doing earlier in the game, just putting bat on ball and finding gaps. So
that brings Tate up. 1-0 count, ripped hard to right field. And she's aboard. Aaron Stone was looking to come up and throw out at 1 and may have had a play. The ball got there very quickly.
Yeah, we see on the CMAX replay there, the runner had to just hold as the ball went in front of her, made its way out to Aaron Stone. She was really coming up, as we see here. She was coming up for the ball to get it into the first base. Look, Nicholson was pretty quick across the mark. I don't know if they're calling that a red one or a green one, but I don't think the play was going to be made in time.
I think that's, yeah, it's a single all the way. Whether they would have had her at 1, hard to say. And even then, you're taking the single away, aren't you, if you're throwing her out from right field? So 75 is Rigby, new into the lineup, left-hander. 2 out, 2 on. Chance for Glenelg to extend. And a base hit up the middle. Gall. Ooh, still makes the flip to 2 to King for a 4-6 put out. And the 3rd out. I thought she'd just step on the bag herself there, but just unselfish. Let's get an assist and give somebody else the put out.
Yeah, just a little bit more work for the scorers to have to count at the end of the game, but well done. And King, obviously, and usually over in the other slot on the other side of the diamond, just over there helping out to second base.
Yeah.
Doing the team thing, getting into position as required. So a good end there and a good defensive get out again from Walkerville to make sure that no runs scored. Held it at 2. We complete the top of the 6th. It's 2-zip the way of Glenelg, but Walkerville doing a lot of really good things here. They're just struggling to pull that 2 runs back, and this is the moment they're going to have to do it. Of course, Home Run Heroes, the Softball Australia program that supports getting young children into the game. If you want to be a part of it, go to the Home Run Heroes part of our Softball Australia website. You'll find all the information out as to where it can be, well, where it's being played, where you can participate, and how you can get involved in Home Run Heroes. It's a great program, and it's a great opportunity for young people who are wanting to learn our game and learn the skills of the game to get involved, have some fun, and hopefully, eventually, one day be one of our Australian players heading off to Olympics.
Good program. So this will probably be it at 9:21. Only don't know if I don't think we'll. I think Walkerville has to do it all now. They're at the top of the order. They've got Sophie King, Haley Mayer, and Chelsea Martinez scheduled.
Yeah, 4 minutes to run, and I imagine Walkerville don't want to have to go any more innings, because that would mean they'd have a very quick turnaround here, and that wouldn't be what they want at the top of their lineup. So this is it now for Walkerville. They've got to get the 2 runs to even it up and keep the game going. And
Jade putting the pressure on. First strike called. And that one's popped up on the first base side. Foul. Running back Sawyer just out of the reach of her glove. That was a good effort by Sawyer. She ran back very quickly and threw the glove out at the last moment.
Yeah, had eyes for the ball. She was doing everything right, tracking the ball.
And just missed
out
it.
of reach.
It's a great try. Yeah, she jumped on that very quickly. 0-2 to King. Peterson set to deliver. Up. And just laid off. A little bit of a check swing, held it back.
It was Jade Peterson in her 100th game for the Glenelg, as we said earlier tonight. She's sitting on 9 strikeouts. I'm sure she'd like to sit that into double digits and slide to 10.
Change of speed there, low ball.
It's been a good, really good match. You know, it's not been high scoring, but there's been really good defensive plays from both teams. And both teams, when you're coming in wanting to win it, when you get a lead, the job then is to maintain it. Walkerville's now job's to chase it, and that's where they're just having the issues at the moment, getting them on base and around.
And there's a base hit up the middle, and King does her job and gets herself on to lead off the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, good piece of batting there. Got the bat nicely straight down the middle of the diamond, over the second base and out to the outfield, as you see on the CMAX replay.
Yeah.
Perfectly positioned ball.
That's a clean hit.
First. Now, the first innings when she got out there, she got just pinged off that ball that dribbled up to third base. We saw some aggressive coaching in that innings, though, when Haley Mayer was sent to second. I wonder if they'll consider King getting her out to scoring position.
Mayer showing bunt there. Aggressive charge there by third base. What was that third now? Got that's Horton. But
she's got a really good arm, Horton. I wouldn't be taking it on.
And they are bunting. Sack bunt, moves the runner over. 1 out.
Yeah, so we moved the run around into second base there, Sophie King. A good hit will get her home. Good sack bunt there by Haley Mayer. Did her job, which was all that was needed. Now, Brinkworth, she's very, very clever. She's playing the time game here. There's not really much I think you would need to be telling the Glenelg team other than I'm trying to get this over the next 60 seconds, so it's the end of the game.
Well, that, and also just to not worry about that runner on 2. I mean, that one run is not even going to tie it. And so bunting them in the scoring position is good. It puts pressure, but only if you let that get in your head. If you play for your outs now, as Glenelg should, and take the batters, they come away with a victory. But if you start trying to take the lead runner or, forget about her, or you focus on her instead of making the out, then you can run into trouble. So good settling time for both. Fouled back on the first pitch. Martinez puts that one just past the spectators over here watching. Coming back from diamond 2.
Definitely interesting there. I was saying about whether they were going to potentially look to move her out to 2. Well, they've done it through a sack bunt, but they did it through the player who's actually had 2 hits tonight from 2 at-bats. So the person who's been hitting the ball, they relied on to do a bunt, got herself out, advanced the runner. The benefit now is you've got batters 3 and 4 who have both had a hit tonight as well.
Big swing there by Martinez. 2 strikes now. Yeah, that is the question there. Do you sacrifice it out to move one runner up in the scoring position, or do you let that hitter that's been hitting all night swing away?
Yeah, I mean, she's hit ball to left field and ball to centre field. Another one out the centre. She's got her eye in, obviously, and hitting them well, Hayley Mayer.
I mean, she laid down a great bunt, but they were all over it. So, and that one's fouled up and over the first base side as Brovnik heads over to get a couple more from the chute. 2 strikes.
It's a tough game when you're chasing and you've got one last shot. You've got to throw everything at it you can.
That's right.
And you play percentages. You might go down by 1, but if you go attacking, you might go down by 2.
And fouled off again. This time on the ground down the first base side.
Of course, it can completely backfire on the commentator's curse here. She could nail this around, get 3 runs, and we look like fools. But
that's right. Well,
I'll welcome it if it happens.
She knows that she's got Martinez coming and then Sophie Roberts after that. So, bold strategy, as they say. Let's see if it pays off. Martinez making a good adaptation on that last swing, getting on top of the ball, putting it on the ground. Changeup. Got her. Looking. And that's why Peterson is one of the best in the biz right there. There's your 10th strikeout you're hoping for or talking about. 10
strikeouts, so double digits now for Jade. Cracking game from her, taking out Chelsea Martinez. Second time she struck her out, which is not an easy feat. She's known as a bit of a hitter, so good effort there by Jade.
Jade putting herself in running for player of the game there, wouldn't you think?
I think she's doing pretty well. I mean, it's been a good defensive performance from both teams, but a lot of the defensive from Glenelg's come from a bit of work from Tate Nicholson over there at second base has been good. So
Roberts swings through.
But Jade and the battery between Jade and Courtney's been just on par tonight. It's been absolutely fantastic to watch. It's made it very difficult for the Walkerville batters. They've held the bottom end of the Walkerville lineup at bay now a couple of times. So that's the main thing. If you can take out half a team's lineup, it makes it difficult for the other half of the team to try and get runs. So they've done a really good job there. Obviously, when you look at the batting side of things, there's been nothing really brilliant other than in terms of really big hits or anything like that. But there has been consistency from Hayley Mayer. She did the good sack bunt and the good couple of hits early in the game. So that's probably been Walkerville's plus from their offensive side of things tonight.
Roberts takes another one. So a 3-1 count. Game on the line here a bit. Runner on 2. Walkerville trying to get something going or keep something going. Peterson trying to close it out. And walked her. Just missed that one. Probably low and off the outside edge. Very close. And time is called.
Runners 1 and 2. So as I said earlier, Georgia Mason was brought into this team last year in the Premier League. She was known as a person who was young. She is still very young, but she was brought into the game with plenty of experience to hit some big bombs. And now we're looking at a chance where she can put that bat to use. She's potentially going to move 1, if not 2, across the plate. And as long as she can keep it safe and not get herself out, it could just make this game get a little bit closer.
Well, Mason is able to put bat on ball. She's young, but she's getting better all the time. She's strong. Peterson trying to close it out. Mason trying to keep it going. 2 out. First pitch inside. Massive lead by Sophie King there.
I think she actually hit the spot that Sophie Kinnear dived into earlier and dug her knee in, and she's ended up actually sliding about an extra metre there, Sophie. So lost balance, went a bit further than she wanted.
Pearson comes back with a strike, evens it up. 1-1. King on second. Roberts on first. Mason in the box. And Peterson delivers. Fouled straight back. Good cut. Good pitch.
You're talking about Jay's had a cracking game, but as I said earlier, behind the plate, Courtney Shepherd's been brilliant. She's called really well. She's had a cracking game.
Threw out the runner stealing early on.
Threw out the runner stealing. Couple of
and that
RBIs.
threat in the first, yep. Pearson again fouled off. Mason staying with her.
It's going to be a defensive effort that's going to win you the best player tonight, though. It's been a very tough defensive game.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Mason fighting, shortening up a bit. Peterson, strike 3 looking. And that closes it out.
Well, there we go. We've got to the end of the game, 2-0. It all happened in the first innings. Glenelg putting on the 2 runs. In the top of the first, Walkerville had opportunities. They put players onto the bases. They just couldn't get them round when they needed. Really strong defensive performances from both teams after that. Jade Peterson, 11 strikeouts for the match.
And how suiting that she ends the game on a strikeout. Her 100th game with Glenelg, milestone game, and great pitching performance.
Yeah, she was fantastic in the middle. She did a lot of the work there. Courtney Shepherd, obviously, as I said earlier, did a lot of the groundwork in behind. Tate Nicholson had a cracking game over at second base. For Walkerville tonight, Sophie Roberts seemed to be the dominant person at third. The ball seemed to find her at every opportunity. Georgia Mason made some good legwork stretching to get the ball. Hayley Mayer had a few good plays out in the outfield. But I think overall tonight, the winning team, Glenelg, are probably the team that's going to have the player of the match. I'm going to give it to Jade just purely because it's her 100th and she stepped up for 11 strikeouts, but a huge congratulations to Courtney Shepherd behind the plate. She did a cracking game again. 11
Ks, only gave up 4 hits and no walks on the night, and closed it off with class at the end there.
All right, so no games this weekend. As I said earlier, the state championships on. You will, I believe, see the finals on Sunday across the live stream, so keep an eye out for them on our Facebook page. See you at the barbecue. Lindy yells out Friday, Saturday, the open men's. Come down, grab yourself a snack, help out, do some cooking, get a little bit of hot stuff and enjoy it. It's going to be a great weekend. The weather's going to be nice. We look forward to seeing everyone who can potentially come down here and watch. Otherwise, we'll see you on Sunday on the live stream. But for now, thank you, Bill. Thank you, all our viewers, and thank you to the team that played tonight for a fantastic match. Good night.